The biggest city in the world has a secret hiding place. That's right. Beneath the hustle and bustle of New York lies a mystery that's been concealed for decades. What's down there? Nobody knows. Why is it being kept a secret? And who's behind it all? The truth will shock you. So get ready to uncover the secrets of the underground city under New York. The discovery was made entirely by accident. It was a hot summer day in 2017 when a construction crew was digging a hole at 48th Street and Lexington Avenue. They were doing some routine work, laying pipes for a new luxury condo building. But then suddenly their mechanical digger struck something hard, like concrete. This was unexpected because they knew that they were supposed to be digging through dirt and sand. Curiosity got the better of them. They stopped what they were doing and started to dig manually with their bare hands. After just a few minutes, they broke through and discovered a hole. It was dark and dank, smelling of stale water and decay. There was no light, so they used their phones to see. And what they saw made their jaws drop. Before their very eyes was a long, dark tunnel stretching into the darkness. They were standing in front of a door made out of concrete. It had metal bars on it and looked like something out of a prison or a bank. But this was New York City, not the set of a movie. So, what was this tunnel and where did it lead? One thing was certain, this was no ordinary construction site. As the workers stood there scratching their heads, trying to figure out what to do next, one of them had an idea. He pulled out his phone and started filming. The video he took became viral almost immediately. Soon, everyone was talking about the mysterious tunnel found beneath New York. People speculated that it could be part of an underground railroad system, a secret government facility, or even an entrance to another dimension. But nobody really knew. As soon as the authorities heard about the tunnel, they rushed to the scene. They quickly sealed off the area and prevented anyone from entering. Even police officers were kept away until further notice. No one was allowed to go near the tunnel entrance or even look inside it. The entire area was cordoned off with yellow police tape and guarded by armed military personnel. Nobody knew what kind of danger might lie ahead, so caution was necessary. It wasn't until several days later that the officials finally decided to take action. A team of experts was assembled consisting of archaeologists, historians, and engineers. They carefully examined the tunnel and its surroundings to try and determine its purpose. All they came up with was that the tunnel was man-made, but couldn't say anything more than that. Then something strange happened. Just as they were about to give up, one of the experts noticed a small opening near the top of the tunnel wall. It was barely visible, almost like it was meant to be hidden. He looked around to make sure nobody was watching, then slowly opened the hatch. What he found inside shocked him. There was a staircase leading down into darkness. It looked ancient and covered in cobwebs. Hesitantly, he began descending the stairs, calling out for any sign of life, but there was nothing. At the bottom of the stairs, he found himself in a huge cavern lit by flickering gas lamps hanging from the ceiling. The air was thick with dust and the smell of decay. It was clear that no human had set foot here for many years. The cavern was filled with all kinds of strange machinery and equipment, some of which looked like it could have come from World War II. There were also piles of old documents and maps scattered around the room. One map in particular caught his eye. It showed a vast network of tunnels spreading out beneath New York City, much larger than the one they had already explored. Could this be the entrance to the underground city? Was there really such a place beneath the bustling metropolis? He continued exploring deeper into the tunnels, hoping to find an answer. He found more rooms filled with strange devices and machines, as well as more maps and documents. Finally, he came across a large chamber at the end of the tunnel. In the middle of the room was a giant metal door with a small window on it. Through the window, he could see a faint glow coming from behind the door. He cautiously approached it and put his hand on the cool metal surface. Suddenly, a loud alarm started blaring and red lights began flashing around the room. Startled, he pulled his hand away and backed up. Then he heard a voice coming from a loudspeaker. Unauthorized personnel detected. Please leave the premises immediately. He froze in his tracks. Was he in danger? Had he stumbled upon something he shouldn't have seen? With trembling hands, he reached for the door handle and turned it. The door creaked open, revealing a long, dark hallway beyond. Taking a deep breath, he stepped inside and closed the door behind him. The hallway was narrow and the air was stale and musty. As he walked down it, he could hear strange noises coming from the walls. He stopped and listened intently. Were they footsteps, voices, machinery whirring to life? Unable to explain what he was hearing, he pressed on. The hallway seemed endless. He finally reached a large chamber at the end of the tunnel. Inside, he found a group of men in dark uniforms standing around a table covered with papers and files. They all turned to face him, and their expressions were stern. "Who are you?" one of them demanded. "What brings you here?" He stammered, trying to explain how he had found the tunnel and what he had seen. The men looked at each other, exchanging glances. "I'm sorry," one of them finally said, "but you need to leave now." "You've seen enough." He tried to protest, but the men quickly ushered him toward the door. "Please leave without any fuss," one of them said firmly. "You don't want to cause any trouble." He had no choice but to comply. As he made his way back through the tunnels, he could hear the men talking in hushed tones behind him. He didn't know what they were saying, but it sounded important. He emerged from the tunnel and looked around. The construction site had been cleared, and the only evidence of its existence was a small mound of dirt and the gaping hole in the ground. He knew he couldn't tell anyone what he had seen. If he did, he would be labeled a madman and locked up in a mental institution. He had seen too much. He had stumbled upon a secret that was best left buried. From that day forward, he lived in fear, always looking over his shoulder, wondering if the men he had met in the tunnel would come for him. He never spoke of his experience to anyone, not even his closest friends and family. He carried the burden of his discovery alone, knowing that he was the only person alive who knew about the underground city beneath New York. In recent years, urban exploration has become a popular pastime for thrill seekers and adventure lovers. Exploring abandoned buildings and tunnels is a popular activity among these explorers, and some of the most daring adventurers have even ventured into the tunnels beneath New York City. These tunnels are said to be a labyrinth of underground passageways that stretch for miles beneath the city's bustling streets. According to legend, the tunnels were used for all sorts of nefarious activities, from smuggling to bootlegging during the days of Prohibition. Some say the tunnels even have secret entrances hidden in plain sight, such as manholes and sewer grates. The idea of exploring these mysterious passages is enough to make any adventurer's heart race. The thought of discovering something truly unique and hidden from the rest of the world is incredibly exciting. And the potential danger makes it all the more thrilling. Many urban explorers have risked their lives to venture into the unknown depths of the New York City tunnels, braving everything from crumbling infrastructure to hazardous materials in search of adventure. Thanks to advancements in technology, explorers can now capture their experiences in stunning detail. Cameras and other recording devices allow them to document their journeys and share them with others, inspiring more people to take on the challenge themselves. The popularity of urban exploration has grown exponentially in recent years. With more and more people seeking out thrills and adventures, the demand for underground exploration has increased. There are even organized tours of the tunnels led by experienced guides who know the ins and outs of the underground labyrinth. For those looking to explore the tunnels on their own, however, there are still plenty of hidden gems waiting to be discovered. With a little bit of research and preparation, you can plan your own underground adventure in New York City and experience the thrill of exploring one of the most mysterious places in the world. And now it's time for you to make your voice heard. What do you think is down there? Share your thoughts below. Also, before you go, make sure to check out the description for links to more videos like this one. And don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.